Good morning there. My first question is, what do you enjoy about your work?
Hi, George. Right, well, as head of tax, treasury, and risk management at Britax, I get involved in a whole variety of things, and I think that's what I kind of most enjoy about my role. Like, every day, I kind of turn up, and something different happens, whether it be, you know, something crazy coming in, some tax authority inquiry in, you know, Thailand or something, or it'll be something internal that someone's done, and I'm mostly kind of putting out fires. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
a lot of my role is kind of covering up for other people's not necessarily mistakes, but with tax it's quite technical, so there's a lot of things that people can do in the business that actually creates a particular problem in the tax field. So I would say probably, a third to half my time is kind of spent doing that kind of thing, putting out fires. And then there's a lot of other stuff that I kind of get involved in. And a lot of it actually is generally stuff that other people don't want to do and falls on my plate. So, and that sounds horrible, but it's actually quite, that's the kind of thing I quite like. So I like I said before, I like coming in every day and doing something a bit different, a little bit quirky. Things come in that, you think, wow, how has that kind of arisen?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my key reason for kind of getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
How did you get started in what you do?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I kind of fell into it, and I think you'll probably find a lot of accountants, people in finance, say that. I mean, I went and studied biology at university with a kind of view to, I quite like science. I think I'll go into something scientific. And then you kind of come out of it and I looked at science jobs, and, I spent a bit of time in a lab, working for, sort of on a part-time basis, on a, temp contract basis. And it's just pretty dull. It's pipetting from one tube into another tube. And I guess a lot of people could say the same about accountancy. But, I guess the reason I kind of got into it is because I kind of like analysis. I like numbers. I like, understanding spreadsheets and stuff like that. And it's kind of just something that someone said to me, have you thought about doing this? And I thought, that's interesting. And, I applied for a variety of roles in grad schemes, from doing audit to doing tax. And the one I sort of got on best with, the one I interviewed best with, was the tax role. And that's kind of how I fell into it. And I've been in tax and much. It's actually, I was very specific in tax to begin with, but I've kind of broadened my scope into a much wider kind of finance role. And I guess you'd ask if I've got any regrets. I kind of regret I wasn't a vet. that's what I think about now. But actually, I do really enjoy my job, and it's
Excellent. And what advice would you give to someone looking to start out today?
Geez, I don't know. I think it's so different these days. I think one of the key things that I found that's progressed my career is, working with people, being able to communicate well with people, I guess, the perspective that people have on, finance people and specifically tax people is they're a bit dull, they're a bit into their numbers, they're, a bit geeky. But that's not how you progress in, it's not about how good you are with numbers, it's about how well you deal with people. And I think that's throughout a lot of industries, but I think it's very, very important here. It's not what you know, it's kind of who you know. And I think the advice I'd give to people is, if you want to go into kind of finance and tax and specific things like that, is just kind of be yourself and you know, don't feel like you need to be specifically, you know, good at specific things. It's just, I mean, it's just about how you deal with people, like I said.